The Trump administration has now set its sights on one of America's most prominent private universities, George Washington University in the nation's capital, accusing it of violating federal civil rights laws during a wave of pro-Palestinian protests on campus last year. In a formal letter to University President Ellen Granberg, Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon wrote that the school had been, quote, deliberately indifferent to anti-Semitic discrimination and harassment that allegedly occurred during the student demonstrations. The Department of Justice is now demanding what it calls immediate remediation, and has warned that it intends to move forward with enforcement, unless the university agrees to a voluntary resolution agreement to settle the matter. While the letter does not detail what enforcement might look like, the move follows a pattern seen at other elite institutions, including Columbia, Brown, Harvard, Northwestern, and Cornell, where similar findings preceded the freezing of federal funding and intense negotiations with the White House. Most recently, on July 29th, the department made a similar finding against the University of California, Los Angeles, and less than a week later suspended more than $500 million in federal grants, forcing the school into talks for restoration in exchange for fines and policy concessions. At the heart of the case against George Washington University is a weeks-long protest movement last spring, in which pro-Palestinian students set up encampments on campus for 2 weeks, with the DOJ claiming their main intent was to intimidate Jewish and Israeli students. The department's letter cites harassment ranging from blocking campus entrances to acts of physical endangerment, allegations the university says it is still reviewing after receiving the DOJ's findings. In an emailed statement, GWU spokesperson Shannon McClendon said the school condemns anti-Semitism, which has absolutely no place on our campuses or in a civil and humane society, and that its actions clearly demonstrate a commitment to addressing such incidents while promoting an inclusive environment. When the protests first broke out in 2024, the university's leadership requested help from DC police to clear the encampments, but the city refused, a clash that has taken on new significance after President Trump announced this week that he would take federal control of the Capitol's police department and deploy 800 National Guard troops. With the Department of Justice warning of enforcement action and the possibility of federal funding at risk, George Washington University now faces a critical decision: reach a voluntary resolution or prepare for a prolonged legal and political battle. For the latest on this and other major stories, subscribe to the Indian Express YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.